Well, hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's Baking Blog. Today I'm going to make my version of Belfast Baps. These are a large roll, very large in some cases, that they enjoy in Northern Ireland, and they stuff them full of breakfast things like bacon, sausages, eggs and whatever, and have them like that for breakfast. Very often they're very dark on the top. I'm not going to do mine quite as dark as they might like, and a little bit crackly on the top as well. But it's a simple dough really, and the only difference with mine is that I'm going to put just a little bit of butter in. You could use a little bit of oil, just for that extra richness, and I'm going to use a combination of milk and water, but you could use all water if you wanted to. So I'll go on to the ingredients, and for this I have 500 grams, which is 3 1/3 cups based on scooping packed flour into a 250 milliliter cup of bread flour. I have 150 milliliters, half a cup plus 2 tablespoons of lukewarm milk, 135 milliliters, half a cup plus 1 tablespoon of lukewarm water, 9 grams, which is 3 teaspoons of instant yeast, but you could just use one packet and you would have to proof the dough for a little bit longer. 14 grams, 1 tablespoon of very soft unsalted butter, and it's warm in my kitchen today, so that should be very soft by now. 6 grams, 1 teaspoon of salt, and about 8 grams, 2 teaspoons of sugar. And that's all the ingredients I'm going to use. So basically we need to put those into a stand mixer and mix them into a dough. So I'm going to use my Ankarsrum stand mixer, but you could use any stand mixer really. And I'm going to put the milk in and the yeast and the sugar and my very soft butter. And I'm just going to give those a little mix around. And that's just got those mixed together, and the butter's broken up a little bit. So I'm going to put about half of my flour in. Then I'm going to sprinkle my salt onto that and add the remaining flour. I'm just going to mix that to a shaggy dough to start with. And having got that into a shaggy dough, I'm going to knead it until it's nice and smooth and elastic, and it's come cleanly away from the sides of the bowl. So I've kneaded my dough for about 10 minutes, and it's quite a tight dough because it's not a particularly high hydration dough, but it's nice and smooth now. So I'm going to set it to proof. So I'm just going to form it into a bit of a ball like that, I'm going to drop it back in my pan, and I'm going to cover it with my lid. So you could put it into a lightly greased bowl and cover that with plastic wrap, and then leave it in a warm place until it has doubled in size, and it might take anywhere between 45 minutes to 2 hours depending on the heat of the area that you leave it in. So once mine has doubled in size, I'll come back and we'll go on to the next step, which is simply to divide it into 3, form it into some nice smooth balls and let it rise again. But I'll be back when this has doubled in size. So it's been about an hour and my dough has more than doubled in size. As you can see, it's very puffy. I'm going to tip that out. And I'm simply going to divide that into 3 pieces. Which in my case will work out at about 275 grams for each piece. So I've divided that into 3 equal pieces, and I'm going to form each of them into a rough ball, and then I'm simply going to take one side and pull it up, the other side and pull it up, and pinch them together, turn it 90 degrees and do the same like that, and then do the same. And as I do that, it will gradually form into a ball of sorts, and then I'm going to just roll that around like that, and then pinch the underside together to seal it. Just like that. I'm going to put that on a baking tray and do the same with the other 2 pieces. And with those 3 rolled like that on a baking tray, I'm simply going to cover them with a clean towel like that, and I'm going to leave them for about 30 minutes, and during that time I'm going to preheat my oven to 230 degrees Celsius. That's 210 Celsius with a fan, 425 Fahrenheit, and I'm going to place a pan in the oven at the same time so that that heats up, and then when I put these in the oven, I'm going to pour some boiling water into that pan, which will create a steam to help bake the bread and give it a nice crust on the top. So I will come back in 30 minutes when these have rested and my oven has preheated. So my dough has been resting for 30 minutes. I actually decided to put 2 on one tray and 1 on another tray, simply because they're going to expand more in the oven. So my oven is now preheated, and I'm going to put these into the oven, and then immediately I'm going to pour some boiling water into the little tray which I already have in the oven, and that's going to create some steam. And I'm going to bake these for between 20 and 25 minutes until they've risen up quite nicely and they've formed a nice crust on the top. For a darker crust, you can bake them for longer if you want to, but I'm going to take them out once I've got a nice crust on the top. I baked my Belfast Baps for 23 minutes, and I tested the internal temperature so I know the dough is cooked inside. And mine browned nicely. I could have left them in for longer and let them get darker on top, which is often how they're served, but I don't want that. So I'll show you what mine look like. So this is what they look like, and they're nice and large as they should be. This is about 5 inches in diameter. I've measured that. Now I'm not actually going to cut these and taste them now because they're still hot. So I'm going to let them cool down, and I may come back and show you one once I've sliced it open and filled it with some bacon. So if I get time, I'll come back and do that. But if not, that's fine. So in case I don't come back, I'll say I'll end this video here. And just to say that you can fill this with whatever you want. On a hot summer's day, a nice salad would be ham, cheese, lettuce, cucumber, radishes, whatever. That would be very good. But in Northern Ireland, as I understand it, they often have these for breakfast with the egg, bacon, sausages and whatever else you want to put inside them. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give me the thumbs up below and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there'll be an eye that you can click on, and that will take you to a link for the recipe, and I'll put a link below the video as well. And I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.